I have a wonderful electronic invention I want you to see.
Just another sunny day in Florida. Gotta love the Sunshine State. Our thing broke. Look how sad that is. Gotta say, it's real nice walking up to this bay door instead of a garage door. The plan for today is to try to complete the chassis wiring. I think we'll be a couple wires short. I definitely need a full gauge power wire to come all the way up to the starter, but I think I have everything else. Try to get this thing wired up because that is kind of the main thing, that and fuel lines before she'll run and drive. One thing we do need to address, I just kind of crammed this wiring through this hole that I jaggedly cut, I cut the center out of, and everything's tight in there, and it's gonna rub through the wire if I don't do something about it. One thing that sucks about wiring is like, I'm not that good at it. Like it's not that I don't understand it. Like I know how to do it and I understand it to an extent, but I'm just not super proficient in it. It's not something that I can easily just like jam out and do, like putting suspension together or putting an engine in or whatever. It's like I have to really think about it, and because of that I slack a lot. I'm like, oh okay, I'm gonna do this next part, and then I just kind of wait because I just don't know exactly what I'm gonna do. So we're gonna try to jam out on it today. We do have a late start, but we're gonna do it. Ben's bringing out a tool cart for me to use. All right, for those of you who don't know, I'm running this ECU Masters PMU setup. So this is basically all of my fuses and relays in this one little box. It's all solid state, so the fuses can't go bad or burn out or anything. You can set it to reset circuits a number of times. There's a lot to this. I'll explain it as we get going. But I have this CAN keypad, so it's got power and ground and then 2 CAN wires running to the PMU, and that's how all the switches communicate with it, which is rad. So we have this keypad. I was gonna go with a 1.8 dash, but Ben showed me a picture of a couple of Miata interiors with the 1.6 dash, and I decided that it is a much nicer, cleaner look. There's no airbag set up. So I'm gonna run the 1.6 dash instead. So pretty much everything's different from the 1.8 to the 1.6 dash. So we got this tombstone for the 1.6 dash. This is my old tombstone. I have this piece of ABS. These are my coolant, oil pressure, clock that came in the car, boost gauge, wideband, which I don't really need the boost gauge anymore. But real hyped because this basically fills this hole perfectly. And this, oh, hold on. Damn it. The cubby even fits like perfectly. Look, it is the exact size for this. Look at how freaking clean that's gonna look. And then we'll just take that part and put it up above, and then the 2 gauges. So it'll be kind of like, well, I guess kind of like this. That is gonna be rad. I'm so hyped on that. That just fits so good. I gotta clean this one up. Okay, so. Remember how I said I was gonna procrastinate? That's why I've been doing all that. But I'm really hyped on it now. I'm excited to do this. So we're doing it. We're doing it. Yep, we're wiring. Let's go. Okay, we're actually gonna get to work now. I wanna make each harness its own thing. So I'll have like a sub harness for the front that's disconnectable and removable. And then I'll have a sub harness for the back that's disconnectable and removable, and everything, so that, I can pull all the harnesses out or pull each one out individually if I need to. I think the easiest thing to start with is gonna be radiator fans and headlights. All right, I reran the stock Miata power wire from the starter, which is in the same location as it is on the 1.8, back to here. You can see it right there. It's a little dinky, but I mean, it worked on the stock car. I don't see why it wouldn't work. We're not gonna have a ton of electronics. We used that wire straight to the battery and it started fine. I'll probably replace it with a heavier gauge wire, but for now, I don't have any, so I'm just wanna keep rolling. So I've got this, which is plenty thick enough for our alternator power. So I'm gonna put an eyelet on this, probably run it around the back up here and then down to the alternator. So I'm gonna do that now. So I've got these Amazon special heat shrink connector packs. These are really important on something like this because this is gonna mount by the alternator, which is down there. So it's gonna get splashed with water and stuff. So you wouldn't want, you know, one of those like plastic connectors where water could get in and corrode it, and then you start having weird issues and you don't know why. So these are rad. You just crimp them on and then you hit them with a heat gun and then they shrink and create a weather-tight seal. All right, well, I spent the afternoon trying to find a Dremel in here, finding the Dremel, then having to go buy a blade kit thing with a quick thing, and meh. Just to cut this without having to take the wiring harness out. I guess at this point I should have just taken the wiring harness back out. I've got it all ran how I like it. But I cut this, gave myself a little more room here, and then put this hose over it. It looks uglier having the ends here, they meet here. But if I have them meet over here, then they can slide down and it can tear into the harness. So the harness is completely encapsulated by rubber now. So I'm just gonna leave it like that. Even though it's a little uglier, it does the job. If it really bothers me, I'll do something about it later. But now, we can actually get to wiring. I got the alternator power wire done. This is it right here. It's white, it snakes up. I'm gonna run it back behind this bolt, but it goes down over to the starter. So we'll need to run one more power off the starter going to the PMU here, and then everything else is just gonna come into this connector and go into the PMU. But I don't have the crimping tool for that. So I ordered one on Amazon, so it should be here like Monday, which is okay. I can get everything laid out today. That's the plan. Start running wires, we mess it up. It will be less of a waste of time than just standing here and doing nothing with it. All right, we got the headlights in. The only thing is, these fans come with a connector. You have to crimp the wire onto it. I don't have the crimper tools, like I don't have the crimper tool for that. Another quick thing before I forget, Drift Vet giveaway. Thank you to everyone who has entered. I hugely appreciate it. We need every bit of help we can get. We're about halfway to our goal of just kind of like breaking even essentially. So covering all of the back end cost of doing the giveaway, which there's a lot of costs involved, like legal side, taxes, design work, all that stuff that I think people don't know are there. And then, you know, covering the cost of the car if I were to just try to like unload it and sell it for, you know, pretty cheap. So we're trying to cover all of that. That's like the main goal. Anything past that is like the cherry on top, you know, that's just more to go towards the budget builds we want to do. So if you've ever had an interest in supporting the channel, now would be a phenomenal time. Every bit is extremely helpful because we've got a lot going on and we took a big step with doing YouTube full time, and we're going to make it work, but it's really important to achieving that goal. I don't want to sound like a broken record. People keep reminding me that I need to mention it more in the videos. So there's me mentioning it. If you're interested, link will be below. $5 gets you an entry. We've got this shirt in black, white. We've got 3 different colors of the normal Drift Vet tee with the render. We've got a black one that says Drift Vet on the back. We've got garage built hoodie. We've got slaps. We got key tags. We've got tons of stuff. There's tons of cool merch that I'm very, very excited about to be like in general. And it's cool that you also get the chance to win the Drift Vet. So anyway, that's that. Moving on. I have just, man, I got so used to working on stuff with Ben that like now I'm just supremely lacking motivation. But we're gonna do this. It's already late. It's already like 9 o'clock, but I'm not stopping until the wiring is ran. I'm doing it. We're going for it. We're gonna get it done. We're gonna get it done. Optimistic Taylor got the dash down from Ben's shelf of dashes, and I will not even get close to doing that tonight. Also, if you guys don't know, Ben sells Miata parts out Miatas for a living. So if you guys need any Miata parts, Ben's using MiataParts.com. He has everything. He's a little bit of a hoarder because he wants to always have everything in stock. So if you need it, he probably has it, as you can see. Okay, so I've got the headlights wired in. In hindsight, I could have just ran this wire over here, connected them both, and run one wire to the PMU, but I ran 2, and we'll tie them together up there, and if we ever want to like strobe them or do weird stuff, we'll have the wiring for it. But basically, since we're running the PMU, we don't need to run a ground all the way to the switch area, so we just ground them to the chassis. So I've grounded this one here, which I'll ground the fans there. It's like a stud for a bracket on the bottom, and then this side was just a threaded hole. Grounded it there, so the wire runs up here under the radiator support, over here, boom, and then they go up through there, down. So since everything is hooked up, I'm gonna test it with the power probe. Aha! Now we do both. Bam, son. Super easy. Cool. I had a feeling that was gonna work because it's super simple, but I just wanted to check before we moved on. What I ended up doing was there's like the fan pigtail here. I zip tied it to the housing so that it wasn't just like flopping around near the drive belt. So that puts the connector right around here. You can move it around. So I've got power running to it, and then I've got another power running to fan number 2, and then ground in the same spot. So kind of like whoops behind, like under the core support, and goes over there, and then same thing over here. Success. Fans work. So the thing I'm running into right now is that I'm not sure where I want to mount this little fuse block and where I want to mount the PMU. Without knowing where I want to mount those two things, it's kind of hard to determine how long the wires need to be and all of that. All right, guys, it's the next day. I'm doing some Labor Day wiring. I was having so much trouble getting motivated last night when I was working on it, so I figured I'd come out here and just start knocking some stuff out. I was gonna go to my friend's housewarming / Labor Day party today, but I don't know, man. Like, I always struggle with this. Like, I want to go hang out and I want to go do things and hang out with people, but then at the same time, now that I don't drink, I'm like, well, what am I gonna do? Like, everyone's gonna be drinking, getting drunk, and I'm just gonna be kind of like chilling, which is fine, you know. And there's definitely people who don't drink or don't drink that much, but it's like I could go stand around and kind of not really get anything done, or I could stay here and get something done, and that kind of always wins in my mind. But the other part of me is like, oh, I regret not going. I should have gone. I'm sure it would, because I'm sure it would have been fun. So anyway, I tested all of the taillight wiring harness and labeled everything. I think I'm going to run turn signals just so that it's easy when I drive it on the street. I just kind of loomed it all with masking tape for now. I'm going to get like the same kind of mesh sheath that's in my engine bay. But this is just a nice way to keep it tidy while you're trying to run it. So that, I just want to show you guys that and the slight progress. Wiring is always kind of tough to film for me because, one, you know, it's not something I've done enough to just kind of autopilot through it and be able to focus more on filming and know, okay, I'm going to be working over here, I'll move the camera here. The working comes naturally in the shots or something I have to focus on. It's like I have to really focus on both, which makes it hard to do both. So anyway, I'll update you guys when we make some more progress. All right, so I made my brake light connector. So this is just the stock connector. I tested it and it connects when you press the brake pedal. So when the plunger essentially releases, it connects the two wires. So what I'm gonna do is just run one wire to ground, one wire to the PMU. So I'll tell the PMU, hey, switch to ground, send power out, and then that'll send power out to the brake lights, which is the wiring we did earlier over there. So pretty simple, really not bad. Okay, so we finally have everything that we need. We've got our wire crimpers. These are like specialty because you've got to crimp like the pins for the PMU, the pins for this connector. So it comes with a bunch of different ones. I also have these connectors. So these are nice waterproof connectors. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 pin. Got these on Amazon for like 15 bucks. So you've got your male, your female, and your weather seal. So they're weather tight connectors, which will be nice. You know, if I get stuck in the rain with the hard top off or something, I want us to be waterproof because the PMU is water resistant, at least. Maybe not waterproof, but water resistant. But we're not going to think about it too much because this is just one of those things. I want to make it right and I want to make it perfect. I know I'm going to screw up and I'm going to run the wires too long or too short and whatever. And that's what I'm trying really hard to avoid. But because of that, it's taking forever. So I'm just going to kind of commit and just go for it. And if we mess it up bad enough, I want to change it, I can change it. And what we don't need to change, we'll know for next time. So that's pretty much my advice for everything. Don't focus too hard on trying to make your first time at anything perfect, because if you do, you'll just never do it. And you're better off doing it and not doing it well than not doing it at all, for the most part. Okay, I'm going to get to work and I'll update you guys when I make some progress. Hopefully it's not dark by then. We got nothing, right? We'll go to 2. As you can see, it's marked 2. And then check. Now we have a connection, as you can see. So that's what we'll use. We'll wire bottom left and then one of the middles. Doesn't really matter which one of the middles for my ignition switch to the PMU. I was going to use the connector, but it'd just be a waste of like heavy gauge wire and having to use a high circuit pin on the PMU. So I'm just going to use these because it's only an in and an out. Very simple. All right, so I've got most of the wiring in. The only thing left is I need to run a power from the starter where the main terminal comes in from the battery, where the PMU is going to be, and then I need to run a wire out to the starter for like starter signal for turning the motor over. We got the headlights wired up. We crimped the connectors for the fans, so that's done. All that stuff's in here. Ignition to turn the PMU on. We got brake lights. We got all the rear lighting stuff. The fuel pump wire, the fuel pumps are pre-ran through that relay setup that comes with the wiring harness that I got. I'm not sure. Like, I kind of want to eliminate the relay and run it through the PMU, but I might just wait just to avoid making my life more complicated than it needs to be right now. So right now I'm really just struggling with the dilemma of where do I put the PMU. There's like just not a good spot for it. Okay, so we've made some really good progress. I was struggling a bit with making these connectors. I got this like weatherproof connector kit. Then you end up crimping over the part that's not meant to be crimped, which I didn't think you could do, but it works out. It doesn't damage it. So that took a while, but I got all my little sub harnesses made. So basically it's going to be like, you get your connector to the PMU, that connects there. These are going to be hardwired into this connector, and they're going to be able to disconnect from the chassis harness. And it's all weather tight connector, weather tight connector over here at the keypad. So everything will be weather tight, everything will be disconnectable, so we can take this out with all the little sub harnesses. So when we need to add something and repin it or whatever, we're not stuck doing it in the car, or if we need to service it or whatever. So my original goal for the end of the night was to get all of this stuff started to get wired up to the PMU, get the PMU powered on, you know, and just start powering things up, hooking it to the computer, setting all of our circuits. However, I can't put a connector on this until I get my wire sheath, like mesh wire stuff that I'm gonna put on here. I mean, it could, but then I have to take it back apart to put that over it. So I figure I'll just wait, and tonight we'll focus on getting the rest of the little mini harnesses made. I don't think I really have any more, but I'm gonna check. Try to get every single one made, and then mount the PMU. Because that's been kind of the big like hold up, if you will. Like, I just keep like thinking, well, I shouldn't make this yet because I don't know how long it needs to be, and I shouldn't do that, you know, and I'm just like constantly going back and forth on that. So I want to get it mounted, have a place for it, and then that way everything else can fall in line after that. That is the plan. All right, I changed my mind to where I'm going to mount it. I'm going to try to mount it up here. Okay, we officially have the PMU officially mounted for the first time. Oh my god, you scared the shit out of me. Oh, I hate you. Oh, we officially have it mounted. I don't know if that location is for sure going to work, but it was the best one I could come up with, so it's mounted. All right, I think I'm going to call it a night there. I just wanted to at least like finish this out enough so you guys can see where we're at before I spend like another 3 days doing this, or at least another, oh god. It's probably another day or two, depending on how much we work on it. Tomorrow we're going to be working on the house. We're going to finish the floors. I got to work on my trailer. I'm going to put a box on it, fix some wiring, do some stuff with that. So it'll be more of like a vlog house improvement, home improvement thing. It should be fun. So I'll see you guys then, or I'll see you guys in the next Miata video. Thank you for watching. Thanks for subscribing. We're getting real close, guys. Finish the wiring, fuel lines, she'll drive. So like, we're there. We're there. Okay, anyway, goodbye.